Hey, good morning, Donald Miller. January 23rd. So, tip of the day. Um, we're going to do one that was requested. Alright, and it's going to be on side work. Alright, side work, side jobs. Um, Basically, let's just say what it is. Side work is when on the weekends or after work you go and you do small jobs around the neighborhood or maybe even your own clientele. You're starting to build your own clientele up. And when is when can you start doing side work? Okay, and that's a big question. Um, I ask the same question of my mentor Fuzzy. When can I start doing side work? And I was lucky to have a master electrician teaching me electric at this point. Okay, um, I definitely don't think you should do any type of side work the first, at least minimum the first year. Okay, that's hands down. You shouldn't do it. All right, and then you should be asking another mechanic, like a master mechanic, can you do side work? And don't ask a friend that you know will say yes. Okay, you should be asking someone that is knowledgeable within the trade. So I asked Fuzzy, and Fuzzy said no, you're not ready, and it was disheartening, but I didn't let it go at that. I was like, why? And he goes, I, in order to do side work, you have to be able to complete work on the job 100% and without a mechanic needing to inspect it. Like the mechanic has enough faith in you that you not only do it at 100%, but enough that he doesn't have to go and check your work. Okay? And that takes time to work up to. So when I asked Fuzzy to do side work and he said no, I wanted to know when I could. So I'm like, listen, when can I? And he basically stated, I'll let you know, kid. I'll let you know. Um, but over the next year, every time we would do something, he was basically, well, in my eyes, I was doing it as if it was a side work. If he asked me to go do outlets upstairs, I made sure I did everything from cleaning the dust pile up at the end of the job to making sure the tape was taped correctly on the receptacle to making I had to do every little thing so he couldn't catch me on something. Okay, and it almost became a game. Like if he caught me on something, he'd be like, "I got you. You didn't do it. You didn't do it," and he would make me go back and fix it. All right. So through that time period, towards the end, he gave me my first side job. Okay, and I still have those clients today, by the way. Um, he sent me over to install to a customer. I guess he was busy and he didn't have time to go out there. It was in Devon. So I went out there and I ended up installing 12 4-inch low voltage MR16s. Okay, and it was in a plaster ceiling. And while I was there, I met a plaster guy who taught me tricks to patching plaster. So it's amazing if you're in tune, if you're on point in this trade, it is amazing how your career sets up. All right, because one, practicing to do side work got me into my first client, which then got me into a guy who gave me tips on patching plaster. And it was all through having a desire to be a mechanic. It's that desire. So side work, you shouldn't do side work if you don't have insurance. Don't go to people's homes without insurance. All right, and I know you think it might just be one little switch or one little outlet, but you need to realize, okay, in the electrical trade, our level of safety, the demand for safety, especially if you're doing side work, your safety protocols have to be on point. Okay, and what I mean by safety protocols is every single screw you tighten has to be tight. Every ground screw you tighten has to. Every wire nut has to. You have to do it 100%. Okay, and this is why. And I'm going to give I'll give a small example here. Say you're doing an outlet, and a customer, it's one of your little side jobs, you're 2.5 years in, and a customer, it's in the basement, okay, and there's 4 outlets on the run, all right, and one of the middle 2 outlets, are a little dirty, all right, so the customer's like, can you swap those 2 outlets out? You say, not a problem. You're thinking it's an easy job. You should still keep the power on, but say you turn it off, okay, either or, don't matter. You go and you replace the outlets. And because you think it's easy, or blah blah blah, you're just moving along. Maybe you got something else on your mind. On that second outlet, that neutral screw, you tighten it, but you only had your little flathead, and you didn't have the tools you needed. So you tightened it, but you didn't knock it in real good. All right. Well, you don't know this, but in the other room, there's a dehumidifier on that line. The dehumidifier pulls about 4.5 amps, and like 5 amps. All right, 5 amps on a loose neutral. And this is the scary part. Dehumidifier runs at any hour. It could be in the middle of the night. Does not matter. That thing kicks on when your moisture level gets up high in the basement, and then it kicks on. That neutral can cook. Okay, and because it was a small little job, you're thinking nothing of it. You start a fire, all right? But it happens at 2 in the morning, and all the way up on the second floor of that house, those homeowners are sleeping. That is, and yes, it's not a scare tactic here. Okay, I'm being honest about the dangers of doing side work. Okay. And that's why, like, when guys ask me to do side work is, if a guy is not ready to do side work, even though he thinks he is an extremely dangerous person to whoever's home he goes into. Okay, so side work is a very, very dangerous subject. Okay, and you should ask a very, very knowledgeable electrician if you're capable of doing side work yet, and he will then answer the question. All right, do not rely on your own opinion of yourself. All right, because if you're thinking about doing side work and you can't ask a very knowledgeable mechanic, then you're inflating your own opinion about yourself. Okay, and you need to knock that ego down, because electricity doesn't care. Okay, they don't care. It just doesn't. It will strike at any time. Okay, and if that dehumidifier lights up at 2 in the morning, there's a whole lot of burning that's got to take place. If they have that basement door closed, that basement's just going to be engulfed. By the time they wake up, they're in danger. Okay, and you don't know what you're, especially at that young age of a trade, and you're starting to think you can do side work. You don't know the dangers that you could be putting yourself in, that you could be putting the homeowner in. So, bottom line, first thing, get insurance. Okay, never do side work without insurance. Number 2, you really, really, you have to be at a certain level to start doing side work. Okay, and it's, you need to ask someone that, not your buddy, like ask a master electrician. Okay, and if they say no, ask why. Ask where the flaws are in your education. Okay, that way don't just be disheartened because they said no and stomp your feet and walk away. Find out why they said no and work on it. You know, work on what like, I had to work on before I could do side work. It took me, I would say, 8 months of, you know, doing the best I can to get to that level. But I needed that. Like I needed those 8 months. And during that time period, every time I made a mistake, Fuzzy would be like, that's why. Can't leave you alone. Can't leave you alone. All right. Um, side work it's a dangerous subject, and I know guys like doing it because they think they can make extra money. Um, but by all means, first thing, make sure you have insurance. Because if you don't, they will. If something happens, they will go after everything. If you're living with your parents, they will try to get to your parents. They will try to get to any type of assets that are around you. Okay. Besides the fact that you can hurt someone, it's not a good idea. All right. So I hope I didn't burst your bubble. All right. If you're thinking about side work, you know your trade, know your skill level. All right. There are some dangerous people that think that they can do side work, and I find out that they are doing side work, and I almost want to fire them. Because if they're that dangerous on other sites, what are they doing on my site? If they think they can go do side work, and some of these guys do, you know, yeah, I was just talking to a helper the other day, and he doesn't know how to continuity. He doesn't know what troubleshooting method to use and when. And this guy's going into people's homes, and he thinks it's okay. All right, in his mind, he thinks he can go into other people's homes and do work. Well, when I saw what he was doing, he took the neutral off of a receptacle before he took the hot off, and the receptacle was feeding something down the line that had a load. So the neutral, he basically interrupted the neutral, and he was planning on using the neutral to do a continuity test. And no, just like, and he didn't even need to do a continuity test. That was something else. A continuity test wasn't needed at that moment. I will actually make a video of continuity testing, voltage testing. I'll do a small troubleshooting video. But this one's going a little long for the tip of the day. But tip of the day, if you want to do side work, ask a knowledgeable mechanic if you're at that level yet. And if he says no, ask why. God bless. Enjoy yourself out there. Take care.